Alright, before the video starts, I just want to let you guys know that while I'd originally intended to show the 3-month build progress of my setup coming together and all that good jazz, first off, the video would have ended up way too long and longer than my original first episode of my Kingdom Hearts marathon. But also most of the footage I recorded, it wasn't all that great. I mean, since most of it was recorded by myself, and I didn't get a whole bunch of good angles. So instead, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give a brief backstory. I'm gonna share a brief backstory of what led to this and what led to all of this and all that good jazz, and then we'll follow up with the room tour. However, for those of you that just want to skip right to the tour, I'll leave a timestamp in the description below. So just click on that timestamp and we'll just go right straight into the tour. So anyways, let's get on with the video. Hey, what is up, Spirit Gamers? GamerNateX here, aka Nate, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I'm glad that I can be here to make this video today. To give you all the backstory and to also give you the final tour of the room. So I can start streaming and recording videos for you guys. I'm so glad to be at this point where I can safely say I can start making better videos. I can make videos and do live streams more frequently now, and in fact, you may have even seen my first video I did, this year, the Tears of the Kingdom reaction. If you have not seen it, definitely be sure to check it out. If you'd like to see how excited I am and hyped up I am for Tears of the Kingdom, because I know for sure I am. Definitely can't wait for it to come out. And I'll even be streaming Breath of the Wild and maybe Age of Calamity leading up to the release of Tears of the Kingdom. But anyways, having said that, let's get into what this video is about. The backstory leading up to what led up to this point. So, for those of you that don't know, of course, I'm into gaming, and I've been into gaming ever since, first off, around 6-7 years old, I started gaming or playing games casually and all that. I remember, I got into gaming around 6 or 7 years old. Without barely understanding a whole lot about it. I started gaming around 6-7 years old, and then I started, but it wasn't until I was around 15 years old, I'd say maybe 15 years old, when I actually wanted to build a setup. I remember being at my friend Aaron's house, aka Super Monkey Cherub on YouTube. I'll leave a link in the description so you can go subscribe to his channel. So you can go check out his channel. But I remember going to being at his place, and I saw the lounge he had, the room where he had a couch and a big screen TV where with different consoles connected to it, so you could just play games and lounge and game casually. And then in a separate room, I think it was in a separate room, I don't remember exactly, but he had a setup with, I think, a PC. I don't totally remember, but I do remember seeing a setup where he did streaming, and I learned about his YouTube channel, and I was pretty impressed. And I even started watching a lot of gaming YouTubers, no one in particular, so like Dan TDM, Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, PewDiePie, and all those well-known gaming YouTubers, Zach Scott. I remember seeing all those amazing YouTubers, and I was inspired by them, as well as Aaron to do live streams. And get this, I even earlier during this pandemic, I remember seeing Caleb putting together his setup and seeing it on Instagram, and I was mind blown with how amazing his setup turned out, even though it was in like a really small room. So yeah, I've ever since I wanted to build my own gaming setup or whatever. So of course, then so what led up to this moment? First off, my sister, of course, moved out of the house, and then this very room that I'm in right now used to be her room. Then it was a gym, and then it just basically became more of a storage or junk room. And then, of course, I wanted to claim this room to be where I placed the lounge, or the gaming lounge, or the man cave, or whatever, with the big screen TV and the consoles and all that. My Wii U, Switch, Xbox One, maybe even a PlayStation, and all that good stuff. So yeah, I had thought of making this room a man cave or a gaming lounge. And however, my brother also wanted to claim this room to be his room, and my mom wanted to claim this room as a craft room. And of course, it ended up going to my mom as her new craft room. So I basically just abandoned that idea for a good few years. Oh, and then fast forward to 2022, shortly after New Year's, my brother eventually moved out of the house, and leaving his old room vacant. And of course, my grandma is currently using it since she had gotten a knee surgery. So I had thought once my grandma had moved back downstairs, I had thought of claiming that room to not only put a man cave, but also a place to record or stream gameplay, to put a whole streaming setup and all that. Like I remember seeing at Aaron's place. But then, of course, what ended up happening was my dad had thought of claiming the room to use as a gym or an exercise room. And I remember being like, why? I mean, you barely used the gym when it was in here. But I know he wanted to put a gym or an exercise room, or same thing, but in that room. So after that, I kind of gave up on that idea as well. But then, of course, I also remember them mentioning the idea of moving me down here, and then Mom's craft room could go upstairs as well as Dad's exercise room. So, yeah. And essentially, I think back in September, my dad brought that idea back, and he had asked me if I wanted to move into the room, if I wanted to do this before the holidays. And I'm like, wow, we're doing it before the holidays, sooner than I was expecting it to. And I was surprised he was willing to do it early. So yeah, I just decided to go ahead and do it. So I took it up on it, and therefore, and with that, it took, I think it was like around after October. It took until after October, I think, for me to actually start moving things downstairs and doing all that good stuff before we actually did the whole thing. So yeah, because first things first, I had to look for a laptop. I had to look for a computer and all that. Although, funny thing, one thing I thought of doing was trying to connect a capture card to an iPad to see if I could record gameplay using my iPad. But yeah, it was a complicated thing. I mean, there wasn't that many videos talking about that, so yeah, it didn't seem like it was going to be that feasible. So I abandoned that idea. but then of course my brother gave me obviously suggested that I would be better off just getting a computer or or a PC or whatever to record, so that it's more guaranteed and more convenient. And so I took up on his advice, and with the savings that I've had, I was able to get my very first computer. And funny thing about that is, my first computer I got was a laptop. So when I was looking into what computer to get, my original idea was to get a laptop for simplicity, so I could just connect it to my monitor. Since I wasn't looking into doing PC gaming originally. But with the laptop I got, it had 16 gigabytes of RAM and 1 terabyte of SSD storage. There was one thing I didn't notice, is that the processor wasn't good. It was a Celeron processor, which isn't reliable or isn't usable for streaming, and which is a very budget processor usually found in Chromebooks. So I will say I low-key had a mini heart attack. I was panicking, thinking because I only had this laptop for 5 days after getting it, and I got Fall Guys and Roblox, tested it with OBS and did all that, and even without even recording the footage, everything was looking really choppy and laggy and wonky, and I was I was panicking, but fortunately we were able to return it. I was able to return the laptop and get a refund. I was able to refund my money, so I was able to get my money back, which is a good thing. And then I reached out to Aaron for some additional advice that I missed out on, and thankfully, thanks to his advice, I found that I should have gotten that. He suggested a NVIDIA graphics card, and of course, after researching, I learned and I understand why he recommended it, because it can be used to operate your streaming program, or to encode your videos. So and therefore I not only looked on Amazon, I looked at other retailers and all that, and I found, and I was skeptical between getting a laptop and a PC, since at first my original plan was to just get a laptop for easy use and all that. However, good few people were recommending I get a desktop for its reliability and its more upgradability and all that, and slightly better performance. So get this, I got a desktop. I ended up going the desktop route, and now you gotta say, first off, it was definitely hard to find one, but thankfully I was able to find one with Aaron's advice, and even putting together a little criteria list. Things like it has to be it has to be over 500, but anywhere between $500 to $1,000. Between $500 and $1,000. The certain specs, and the graphics card, all that good jazz. And they're doing the research and giving some feedback and all that, talking back and forth with Aaron about it. I found this desktop and this desktop gaming PC, and man, after getting it performs great. I was totally impressed with it. And I did need to get a second monitor and all that, but I will definitely say that this PC was definitely a better investment. Especially it's more upgradable, and it's just a lot more reliable in general. So but with this PC, I essentially now that I had the PC taken care of, then we did the whole switcheroo. My mom started clearing out the craft room, and she moved upstairs, and then I moved downstairs. So now this room that used to be my sister's room, a gym, and my mom's craft room is now my bedroom and also where my setup is. So now I'm glad to say, after 3 months, so first off moving into the room, then I had to get a desk to put my stuff on and to put my computer by and all that. And then, of course, using my Christmas wish list for 2022, I asked for the main components that I need, the remaining components I need for the setup. And of course, this gaming chair that I'm sitting on right now was actually originally a gift from my dad. It was originally my dad's, but since he never, and is likely never gonna use it, at least I'm glad to say that at least I get to use it. It ain't gonna go to waste. So yeah, that's great to know. But yeah, so yeah, with the chair and the desk and all that and the PC taken care of, all I needed was the remaining main necessities. So things like a capture card, a headset, a microphone, and the monitor, ring light, all that good jazz. So yeah, basically, I just waited till Christmas to see what I got, and I got almost everything. The only thing I had to get after Christmas was the second monitor, the monitor. So I ended up getting this neat monitor, and man, the picture looks so good. The monitor, it looks so freaking good. So yeah, you'll get to see it in the tour. You'll get to see it in the setup, in the final setup tour. So yeah, I'm definitely glad to say, with having said all that, I'm glad to say that the room is finished, the setup is finished, is basically finished. Now, okay, technically the room is technically still a work in progress. I have my, it is technically still a work in progress. I still have to get my keyblades hung up on the wall, which you'll likely see in my videos. You'll probably my Oblivion and Oathkeeper dual keyblades. I'm gonna have displayed on the wall right around there. So you'll see it where my webcam is facing me. You'll see it in the background of my videos. Yeah, so you can see my Oathkeeper and Oblivion keyblades in the background, as well as my Kingdom key. Kingdom Hearts, great game. My new all-time favorite, actually. I'm surpassing Breath of the Wild. But yeah, I'm definitely. I'm glad to say that the setup is all put together, and with this setup and all of this, now I can finally safely say I can now make better videos more frequently, more regularly, and not only can I make videos, but also live stream and really take my channel to the next level. And yeah, I'm glad to say I can do so. It took me 6 years to get to this point, but man, it was absolutely worth it. It was worth the wait, and I was able to get good, pretty good things, good/great things, and basic things and necessities and all that. Yeah, so now I'm glad I can make way better videos than I did, and I can make videos and do live streams more frequently, and have better quality videos too. So reactions can come out faster. Yeah, more gaming videos, more reaction videos, and even more discussion videos, all that good jazz. Since I'm going to be using OBS to do all that, to operate all this stuff. So yeah, basically that's my backstory. So having said that, enough chitter-chattering, enough for this. So yeah, having said that, I'm glad to say that the room is finished, and let's now jump right into the room tour, shall we? And we can close out this video with the room tour. So let's hop right into it. Okay, so before we get into the room tour, I'm just wanted to let you guys know, before, for those of you that wanted to see the build progress, that wanted to see the 3-month build progress, I've decided to make it into a more condensed format, a really short condensed format, and I will be uploading that on my TikTok. So for those of you that want to see the 3-month build progress, it'll be up on I'll put it up in my TikTok. I'll leave a link in the description below to my TikTok. So yeah, for those of you that want to see it, definitely check it out. Because I'm not gonna let these clips go to waste. So having said that, let's get right into the room tour. Okay, so walking into the room, one of the first things you see is, of course, my wardrobe. My new, huge wardrobe was this custom sign that my mom made for me. My Gamer Day X sign that will be put on my door, outside of my door. LJ_creates on TikTok if you want to check out her content, her craft videos. And of course, next to that, I have these Kingdom Hearts canvas vinyl posters on the wall. And to the right, I have The Greatest Showman vinyl and a wood crafted sign that I made back when I was in this VOTEC program and in 8th grade. Of course, you're walking into the room, the actual first thing you'll notice is my Squirtle plush that my brother got for me. This huge Squirtle that is sitting on top of my keyboard. And of course, behind that we have this this gray blackout curtain. So for whenever I wanted to basically block out sunlight, whenever I'm recording or streaming. So definitely, it helps to block out any unneeded light. And if I ever needed to block out sunlight, whenever I'm recording. Then moving over here, we've got my dresser with a few memorabilia and a few collectibles. Of course, my Roxas wig when I dressed up as Roxas for Halloween. My favorite character from Kingdom Hearts. I have my Pikachu amiibo that remains to be unopened. I don't know why I haven't taken it out of the packaging or anything. Some seashells I got when I was at the beach. When I went to the beach, I got a lot of my amiibos and again collectibles. The Mario Odyssey wedding amiibos that I got on the day of release, and of course this figure of Apollo that I got for Christmas. Then of course, and my Tom Nook amiibo, and Sonic, Mario, all that good stuff. And of course, we've got my collection of Nintendo consoles, from GameCube, Wii U, and this Xbox 360 that I got from my brother. Alright. And of course, all this is on top of my dresser. Then, if we go over here, we have my bed. Wow, of course, since my setup is in my bedroom and setup are in the same room, which makes it easy for me to get up from my bed and go right to the setup. I can just get up from my bed and start streaming or recording. And of course, above my bed I have a few Funko Pops of Kingdom Hearts, some Sora and King Mickey, Scorpion from Mortal Kombat, Mewtwo from Pokemon, and Harry Potter. And then of course we have my Fauna plushie, Pikachu, Mickey, and my dog I got when I was born. A few plushes and stuff perched on top of my bed. And now, the moment I'm sure you've all been waiting for. In fact, let me get in position. The moment you've all been waiting for. What you all clicked on this video to see. My very first gaming / streaming / workstation setup. Man, this setup is just too cool for me. Like, I am speechless with how amazing this setup turned out. Like, I mean, 3 months of hard work really paid off. Yeah, I think in total, I can estimate I spent around $1,000. I definitely spent possibly around $1,000+ on this setup. But I mean, for my first setup, it was absolutely worth it. You know, it turned out way better than I thought it would. So let's get right into the setup, shall we? And of course, yeah, I'm gonna pull my chair up and forth. And of course, yeah, and let's get my chair in here. Yeah, this is pretty much my dream setup at this point. I would pretty much say this is my dream setup, which can be easily upgraded in the future. Yeah, this funny thing about this gaming chair, of course this used to be originally from my dad. However, he barely ever used it, and thankfully I can get to use it and it ain't gonna go to waste. So yeah, so I can use it for my streams when sitting here gaming. And let me get into this. Let me sit here and I'll give you a run through of my setup. Well, first off here I have my 3 keyblades that will be soon hung up on the walls. Like right behind my Christmas tree right here, I will be placing my Oathkeeper and Oblivion keyblades in the cross pattern on the wall, and that's what you'll be seeing in the background of my videos. Yeah, so that's something. Yeah, that's definitely something you're gonna see in my videos. We've got so we have my Nintendo Switch, of course, my Luigi plush. Since, fun fact, this year's marks 40 years of my boy Luigi. Luigi is now my favorite character from Mario, and yeah, this year is his 40th anniversary, so I figured it make a lot of sense to bring him out here and display him on my desk. So yeah, I got just like pencil holders and all that good stuff, some glasses, wipes, and my stand for when I place my phone on it or my Switch or whatever. And then of course an Xbox One controller that I'm using with my PC. And of course Persona 5 Royal. I have my Switch copy of Persona 5 Royal, which I'm going to be playing. I'll be live streaming on Twitch, by the way, so definitely if you're interested in seeing me play Persona 5, which is my very first ever Persona game, definitely subscribe to my channel and follow me on Twitch, because I'll be live streaming it there, and I'll be uploading it on the YouTube. I'll be editing it and uploading it on YouTube. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. This is one of the games I'm looking forward to playing this year. Of course, my Nintendo Switch right here. So far, this is the only console I have hooked up. I'm hoping to eventually get a PlayStation 5, especially since I now know they're supposed to be more readily available. So hopefully I'll be able to get a PS5 soon. Then we have my iPad, and this is actually what I've been using for the past, while editing. This is basically what I've been using to edit and upload my videos from until I got this setup. Of course, for those, because basically what I would do is I would basically take my phone and put it up in front of the screen, like, let's just say this is my Switch, for example. I would pull up my phone and plop it here, and just simply record the screen. And that's how I've been making gaming videos, or even reaction videos. I would record the video after reacting to it. Yeah, and of course the result of that is, it works. It did work for me, since when I was just starting out, and even when I was younger and I made really old gaming videos. However, the problem with that is that it can cause glare sometimes, especially if you're flashing or whatever, or in the daylight, which explains why I've been recording videos like late at night. So I didn't have to worry about glare or daylight glare or whatever. Then I would send the video to my iPad and then edit it and then upload it directly from my iPad. And it was definitely tricky because long videos, especially long videos like my original first episode of Kingdom Hearts 1 was like about an hour, 5 minutes long. And it's pretty slow to save the video, just think about it. It's saving a whole hour-long video on this device. Yeah, it takes a pretty long time for it to save the video. But now with this PC, I can render out videos so much faster now. Yeah, and in fact, let's get right into this PC. In fact, but I will say I will definitely still be using this. Yeah, in fact, before we get into the PC, I will say up front, this is going to be the last big video that I'll be uploading from my iPad. Yep, the very last video that will be coming to you from my iPad. I'll definitely still be using it for things like thumbnails and things like that, maybe short videos, especially like Instagram, TikTok videos. I'll definitely still be using it recreationally for certain things, but this will be the last major video on my YouTube channel coming to you from my iPad, as the rest of my videos will be coming from this point forward. My videos will be coming from my PC. So enough of that, let's move right into the actual setup right here. Of course, I went with a dual monitor setup as my first setup. I went with dual monitors. To the right, we have my secondary monitor. This actually is my TV that I've had for a while. Yeah, this is actually a TV that I've had for a while, and this is what I used to play all my games off of, especially my Switch games. But of course, this TV only has like about 60 hertz refresh rate, so I decided to get this, especially since I wanted to get a dual monitor setup. I ended up getting this brand new monitor right here. It's a Scepter. It is a Scepter 27-inch LED gaming monitor. It only costed me like $150 on Amazon, and yeah, it's and this monitor is actually meant for gaming. And of course, this is the monitor, my primary monitor that I'll be playing my games off of. And I even have my webcam perched on top of it. It's a Nixigo N60 webcam, full HD webcam. And of course, I have that connected to the PC. I also have my Nintendo Switch connected to my primary monitor. So essentially, I can, whenever I'm streaming a Switch game, I can just, hang on, so I could essentially just change my screen to, I can change the input on my screen, and boom, I could just play my Switch games on this main monitor while I'm watching my stream or doing other things on this secondary monitor. Yeah, all while playing my games on this main monitor. So let's switch back to here. Yeah, so now, okay, so but yeah, I'm going into the to peripherals. We've got, yeah, I already told you the webcam. Next to go N60 Full HD webcam. I have this ring light that I got. Yeah, that also, I know that my mom also uses for TikToks. And these ring lights are really good for the price. Then of course we have the microphone, which is a Pseudo-Tac ST800 microphone. I think it's only like $48 to $50 on Amazon. And yeah, this is a pretty good microphone, and definitely an upgrade from the microphone I've been using, which was a pretty cheap microphone. And yeah, plus with this boom arm, it makes it so I can more easily adjust it to my convenience. I can bring it much closer to my mouth, and I don't have to worry about audio quality. Yeah, pretty good microphone for the price. And then of course we have my headsets. It is a Razer Kraken headsets. I got them in blue because as you can tell from my bed sheets and my shirt and all that, my flannel, all that good jazz, and my overlay blue is my channel color. Blue and like purple is my channel colors that I went with to represent things like autism awareness and yeah, so many things. Yeah, a huge list of things here. Yeah, and also my class, my high school's class color of 2020. So yeah, but anyways, let's continue. Next up, we have this capture card right here. This here is my capture card. This is a Mirrorbox capture card, which is actually the same capture card that my friends Caleb and Aaron have been using. It's the same one that they've been using. Yeah, I'll leave links in the description below to their channels. Super Monkey, Cherim, and Khalib. Yeah, this is the same capture card that they've been using, and it's been working well for them. Of course, I can always upgrade to an Elgato in the future, but it definitely gets the job done really well. And of course, that's hooked up into my PC. And of course, yeah. And of course, we also have this RGB mouse pad that I got, which definitely took up a lot of space. I had originally thought of putting the setup in the corner, or placing it in this corner, but the mouse pad was just so big that I ended up putting the main setup on this long side of this desk, on the long side of this L desk. Yep, and that's another thing. I got this this nice black L desk, which is really freaking cool. Yeah, since L desks are really cool for gamers, especially with dual monitor setups. After all, it's really cool for gaming setups. Yeah, it's definitely an upgrade. And of course, and now because of this, I can use OBS here for streaming and recording gameplay, which is definitely, I'm glad to say I can make this. I'm glad that I was able to make this upgrade, because now I can use OBS for my live streams instead of, like I said, instead of recording from my phone, not the screen from my phone, and then editing it. This is definitely a huge upgrade. Like I can, so essentially I can now be live streaming a game you know, now my videos are gonna come out a whole lot better now, since I'm gonna be using OBS for my streams and my videos. And yeah, this just looks so much more professional and a lot more higher quality, and definitely an upgrade in quality. So yeah, definitely OBS is definitely the way to go for streaming. You could also use Streamlabs or XSplit. It's basically the same thing, but OBS is definitely the way to go since it's free. That's the biggest thing. It's totally free to use. So yeah, that is definitely a huge upgrade. But now, for the moment I'm sure you've all been waiting for, and this is actually getting into the PC itself. Down here we have my brand new gaming PC. I've had this thing for about almost 2 months now, and yeah, about a month and a half now. And well, let me push my mic to the side. And yeah. So here we have my. Let me move my wire out of the way. We have my PC itself, and this thing is a pretty good behemoth for the price. I mean, this PC only costed me like about $800 at Best Buy. And for those of you that are wondering what the specs are, it's got an 11th gen Intel Core i5 processor. It's the 11400F model, and it has 6 cores. Along with that, it has 16 gigabytes of RAM and a NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2060 graphics card. And storage, it ain't a whole lot, only 500 gigabytes, so definitely need to upgrade that in the future. But usable for the time being. Yeah, and this thing is really good because it, as I said in my backstory, I got this laptop that could barely stream, that couldn't even record, let alone stream. And the problem with that is that it didn't have a NVIDIA graphics card. Yeah, a dedicated graphics card. Yeah, it is really good because this PC is capable of streaming and editing. And also, yeah, good for gaming, recording, editing, and streaming. This thing can do just about all of that. Yeah, I can run all my streaming operations off of this card, and it allows for my processor to have like literally no load on it, and I can do other things on the computer and multitask so much easier, while I'm recording and streaming. But yeah, essentially, yeah, that's. And of course, I got this keyboard and mouse that came with the PC. I will say I'm not the biggest fan of this keyboard, just because the lights on it aren't RGB. I mean, it's strictly only white LEDs. It ain't RGB like the mouse is, but it's not that big of a deal. It's only just a minor thing. And the benefit is that I could always upgrade this keyboard in the future. And like say on the off chance that the keyboard stops working or whatever, I could always replace it with a RGB keyboard if I wanted to. Yeah, but of course for right now I'm pretty much just working with what I have. And so with that basically wraps up the tour. But yeah, this setup is definitely what I would say is my dream setup. I am so glad that I could be at this point. I mean, yeah, and I'm glad to have all you guys for your support. All of you that have subscribed for your support that you've given me over the past year. Yeah, even with my long break that I've had, I'm glad to be able to be making, with this setup now, I can finally safely say I can start making better videos and do live streams a whole lot more frequently at a great quality, at a really good quality, and be able to render out videos so much faster now. Yeah, this is definitely an amazing upgrade, and I can't thank you enough for subscribing to the channel, and for those that follow me on Twitch and all that. Yeah, and all of this is totally upgradable. As a huge benefit, all of this is totally upgradable. I can upgrade my monitors, if like my TV with another monitor, I could upgrade my capture card, and all this is totally upgradable, which is a huge plus. So now of course, for those of you probably wondering, when am I gonna start streaming? Now that this setup is all set and put together, when is gonna be my first live stream? And we'll get into that right now. Okay, so now comes the big question: when am I gonna do my very first live stream on Twitch? So before I get into that, I would like to say right off the bat, for at least some time, my streaming schedule is gonna at least start off a little bit inconsistent. Since for those of you that have seen my channel update video back in November, where I said I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do in life, well, in terms of getting back out in the world after almost 3 years of being at home. I'm trying to figure out a schedule in terms of school or college or church and jobs and things like that. So for now, my streaming schedule is going to be a little inconsistent from the start, but I assure you, whenever I am going to live stream, so for the time being, whenever I do plan on doing a live stream, I will give a notice 2 days in advance, like 2 to 3 days in advance before I go live, and then I'll always give a notice either on Instagram or on YouTube whenever I'm gonna go live, and then at least until I figure out the schedule in terms of my life schedule, then I'll update you on when my streaming schedule is going to be and when my consistent schedule will be for streaming. So definitely keep an eye out for that. So, but anyways, for when is my first stream? January 16th, 2023. So MLK Day, I'll be doing my very first live stream. And what shall I be playing? Well, I'll let you guys decide. On my Instagram, at GamerNateX, I'll be putting up a poll on my Instagram with a selection of 4 titles, 4 games that I'm going to be live streaming. Those being Zelda Breath of the Wild, Immortals Phoenix Rising, Persona 5 Royal, and Pokemon Violet. So you can either leave a comment down below what game you think I should play, which of those 4 games I should start with, or you could go to my Instagram and leave your opinion in my poll on Instagram. And depending on whatever gets the most votes, I will play that game first. Of course, since I don't know what game to do for my first stream, so I'll let you guys decide on that, what game I should start with. So again, Monday, January 16th, this upcoming Monday, at around 11:30 a.m. So be there, be square if you want to see my very first live stream at twitch.tv/SpiritGamerNateX. Again, twitch.tv/SpiritGamerNateX. January 16th at 11:30 a.m. So definitely stay tuned for that. And until next time, this is GamerNateX signing off. Take care.